Welcome to Kiss Sports here on DeepElmRadio.com. I'm your host, Brandy Uretta.
I'm John.
Hi, John. Happy Easter, bro.
Happy Easter.
Well, today is Easter Sunday. It's a great day to be alive, just like every Sunday is. But,
Preach.
Preach. But, this is the day that, we celebrate Jesus' resurrection. We hunt Easter eggs. You do a whole lot of things. So I have a couple of really interesting world records. We're all about record setting here at Kiss Sports. We'll tell you all the stats and everything. Well, here you go. The world's largest Easter egg hunt consisted of 501,000 eggs. 9,753 children with their parents participated in this Easter egg hunt in Florida back in 2007.
That's a hell of a thing.
It's a lot of eggs.
That's a lot of eggs.
500.
Were they all real eggs, or were they?
It didn't say how many eggs, or if
That's
they
a lot
were
of
real.
wasted eggs.
It was enough for 51.36 eggs per kid.
51.
That's 51 eggs a kid. Ooh.
That's too many eggs.
500,000. About 10,000 eggs.
We never got
10,000
that many
kids.
eggs, Mom.
Yeah, you never had us die that many.
Wow.
We got hosed.
Probably those candy yucky eggs.
The largest egg dying event was 1,000 people in Bulgaria. It started at 12 o'clock sharp and lasted exactly 3 minutes. They provided 2,700 eggs, 200 liters a diet, and they were inspected on 3 controlled parts. So 1,000 people continuously dying eggs at the same time.
How many eggs would they make?
It didn't say. Well, it said they provided 2,700, so...
That's it?
But it was only over 3 minutes.
Oh. Well, it used to only take about, 5 seconds?
Yeah, it's a dip.
So
Dip, let it sit. So, that's continuously... It was 1,000 people continuously dying eggs in Bulgaria. And then this...
Bulgaria, of all places.
Yeah, really, and just this week in Gramado, Brazil, they made the largest chocolate bunny. This will give you a diabetic shock.
How big is it?
Sugar coma. 8,488 pounds.
That's a lot of wasted chocolate.
Well, no.
Oh.
It was 13 feet tall, 5 inches tall, 6 feet 2 inches wide at the base. It consisted of 6,000 chocolate bars, and it's just huge. It took 5 days to create. It's going to stand a week because this is like a big chocolate festival that they're having down in Brazil, and then they're going to donate the chocolate to kids in need around Brazil.
What do you get, like a piece of the bunny ear or something? Like,
yeah.
How do they divvy up a giant bunny between 6,000 kids?
You're giving this to starving kids like they really need the chocolate part, but
You'd be better off giving them the eggs.
Right.
They don't have that to eat, but you're going to give them chocolate.
We'll just have a big old Easter egg hunt in Brazil.
Big old fat kid. That's fine.
But, okay, well, and then just this week in Grapevine, just outside of Dallas, the largest chalk drawing of Jesus, 17,000 square feet, at Fellowship Church, as I said, in Grapevine. It took 6,700 pieces of chalk and 125 bags of charcoal.
Yeah, I saw that. It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I saw it on the news. They were just hoping it wasn't going to rain. It ruined everything.
And so far, it's been a beautiful Easter week. No rain,
nothing.
no. It's been nice. They said if it did rain, they would understand it would be abstract art.
Yes.
You might have Jesus' eyes down by his chin.
Picasso Jesus.
But this week, we also had a big thing start. The NBA playoffs.
Playoffs started yesterday.
And only one home team has won.
Yesterday.
And that was the Oklahoma City Thunder. They beat the Memphis Grizzlies 100-86. Durant had 33 points. Westbrook had 23 points. And Ibaka had 17.
Oh, Mavs are up at the half.
Oh, woo! Mavs are playing right now at San Antonio. What's the score, John?
44-43.
44-43. By the time y'all hear this, the game will be over, so we'll know. You'll know what's going on.
Just give you a little update.
We're giving you an update.
Past
what
update.
We're hearing.
Past update, I guess.
Like you're in the past. But it's all right.
Well, I guess it's not an update then.
But, as I said, the Oklahoma City Thunder were the only team to win at home.
The Pacers fell.
The Pacers
lost by 8.
They lost to Atlanta 101-93. Paul George had 24, and Stevenson had 19. Jeff Teague for the Atlanta Hawks pulled up 28.
High.
Yeah, he pulled up 28 points and had 5 assists, and Paul Millsap had 25. Golden State went into LA and beat the Clippers 109-105. Curry had 14 points and 7
assists.
No.
Rebound.
What did I have?
Steals.
T.O.
Turnovers.
I had T.O. I forgot what it meant.
It's
like that's not timeout.
Yeah, he had 7 timeouts called in the game.
No, but Stephon Curry had 14 points. He's a little
saw
beast.
the end of that game. They Clippers got hosed. But Blake Griffin wasn't even in the game at the very end. Chris Paul got fouled whenever they were down by 2. That could have tied up the game. Whenever they had the ball with, I think it was like 24 seconds left.
Well, Blake Griffin had 16, J.J. Redick 22, and Chris Paul had 28 points.
It was, yesterday was not a good day for basketball.
Well, not a good day for the home team.
Not a good day for teams that actually wanted to win.
And then a former Maverick turned Brooklyn Net head coach.
He was a New York Knicks.
No, Nick.
Yeah,
he did go to the Knicks.
Yeah.
Sorry. It's all New York. I get confused sometimes. They had 2 teams.
Not New Jersey no more.
Not New Jersey. The Brooklyn Nets, so Jason Kidd, as I said, former Dallas Maverick, won his first NBA Finals.
Oh, yes.
Here in Dallas.
Yes.
It's his first year head coach, and he really has turned around the Nets in a lot of ways.
Yeah, ever since January 1st, they've had one of the best records in the league.
It started off rough.
Yeah,
People were being
11
really
and 20.
cruel to Jason Kidd. Is this what he was, should be doing?
This is seeming that Nets team is looking exactly like how the Boston teams looked the last few years. Really good regular season, wins first couple rounds, but then whenever they play the Heat, you're really going to be able to.
That's when you're going to see them.
Yeah, because Boston beat the Heat when the Big Three was winning all their stuff. So I don't know. It's going to be a few more weeks because they're going to run through Toronto. They should at least, and who knows if the Pacers are even going to get by Atlanta.
Well, Brooklyn beat Toronto 94-87. Joe Johnson put up 24. Darren Williams.
He put up
24. Yeah. And Paul Pierce put up 15.
Oh, they only put up 15? He had 9 in 3-minute stretch there for when I was watching.
Well, and for Toronto, Lowry put up 22, Vasquez 18, and I do not know how to say his name. Valanciunas?
Who?
He had 18. Valanciunas. He had 17 points and 18 rebounds. He is right now leading the playoffs in rebounds. That's a lot of rebounds, though.
17 boards.
And 18 points. Brooklyn and Toronto, Atlanta and Indiana, they resume play on Tuesday. Golden State and the Clippers, Memphis and Oklahoma City, they start again on Monday. Today we have Dallas at San Antonio, which are playing right now at 1 p.m. Charlotte Bobcats at the Miami Heat. Washington at Chicago and Portland at Houston all play today in their first game of best of 7 in the playoffs. How are you looking at the playoffs to go, John? Where do you kind of predict it?
I think it's going through San Antonio again. I wish the Mavericks would have gotten Oklahoma City. It's never really good when the Mavs play Spurs.
It's that in-state rivalry.
They never just suck. Spurs have been good ever since I've started keeping up with basketball. And they just continue. Tim Duncan just keeps getting older. Parker keeps getting older. Ginobili keeps getting older.
But they keep winning.
Number 1 seed again. And Mavs are stuck with them again. If we can make it to a 5th or 6th game, we have a chance, but I hate playing them. I hate the Spurs.
The Spurs are just one of those teams. They're not them.
They have everybody's number except for they
lost to the Heat last year.
They went 0 for against Oklahoma City and Houston, but they only lost 18, 20 games. I don't know their final regular season record. They only lost 20 games all season and lost 8 to 2 of those teams.
Yeah. they're just they're not a glamorous team. They come from a smaller market when it comes to, media and everything. They're not glamorous. Tony Parker, Ginobili, all them. They're not
Danny Green.
They're not exciting people.
Yeah,
it's not like somebody you hear. I mean, Tony Parker was the most exciting there for a while when he was married to Eva Longoria, and now he's not even married to her anymore. So, I mean, they're just one of these teams. It's like, ugh.
You don't know how they do it, but they just keep doing
it. Popovich.
Yeah.
Popovich.
He's the coach.
He's the coach. He's the bread and butter of that team. He just knows how to coach them. He knows how to coach them well. He knows how to, get that team in line. The only thing I can say is last year he had Tracy McGrady, and Tracy was trying to get that
ring.
Come to find out, he did pitch
in Sugar Land, some junior college baseball game.
Yeah,
3 innings shutout or something.
Go Tracy. Watching you.
He does have his eligibility. He came out of high school.
Yep.
Basketball, so I mean, I guess he's got 3. If he wants to play for 3 more years, he can.
Yep. So it should be an interesting playoffs. As I said, last night was the first round of 4 for 8 of those teams. The West, the East, I'm actually a little more impressed with at this moment in time than I am with the West. I hope Golden State. Well, I hope the Clippers pull it over Golden State, even though I love Curry. Who do you want?
The West is where.
That's what I'm saying.
You said the East.
I'm impressed with the East right now with the wins with Brooklyn and Atlanta.
That's the reason why the East isn't that good. Isn't that good to watch, because you're gonna have these upsets because the East is so bad. If Pacers were doing what they were doing at the beginning of the season, it'd be worth watching. But I mean, Pacers just been so bad down the stretch. I think.
They had a really bad.
They were 4-8. They're 4-8 over the last 12 or something. They're just falling apart.
Okay.
It's bad to watch right now.
Let's go through the first round, and you tell me who's winning it and how many games you think they're going to win it. Okay. This is going to be your prediction.
Oh,
I'm just going to write down, and I'll give some of my insight on what I think, too.
I didn't watch too many East teams this year.
All right. Spurs, Mavs. I know you want
the Mavs to win, but I think it'll be Spurs in 5.
Spurs in 5. All right. Okay.
We can pull out maybe 2 wins, so maybe Spurs in 6.
5 or 6. Do you think Dirk is going to be able to be the big...
He can do it. I mean, if he gets on his streak like he did in 2011, the Mavericks can win the series. But he has to have that kind of series, and Monte Ellis has to play at his best basketball
every game
he's played all season, every game this series.
Every game.
That's the only way the Mavs can win the series.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's that in-state rivalry. It's always...
They know each other. Tim Duncan and Dirk Nowitzki have played each other every single year of their career.
But the thing is, Dirk and Tim Duncan are so alike, yet so different. Apart. It's so weird.
Dirk is way more of a personality.
Well, and Dirk is just now coming into that personality.
No, Dirk's always had that. But you don't really follow the Mavs as much. Dirk, he's the funny guy.
He's the funny guy, but as somebody was saying, he's not the... I'm going to be out there, I'm going to be this. When he had that controversy, a couple of years ago with the girl.
Yeah, that was some random stuff.
That was some random, the girl being pregnant. But other than that, he's not just, a spotlight getter. Yeah, just like Tim Duncan. He's not a Kobe. Him and Tim Duncan are a lot the same. They're just kind of in the back ways.
If we were in San Antonio, I'm sure Tim Duncan
has some commercials. He's on the Jumbotron,
The stupid little car commercials that he has in San Antonio.
They did have car
Spurs always have something. I think they have Spur Kia or something.
Yeah. So but there's so much the same. It makes for an interesting series. It's always makes it fun here.
I guess every team has their own. If they're not
in-state rivalries.
No, if they're not like Kobe or something. Kobe or LeBron with worldwide appeal. I mean, Dirk has that, but he's huge in Dallas, but he's not going to be huge in San Antonio.
No.
In popularity.
No. Okay, let's move on. OKC at Memphis. Or Memphis at OKC, my bad.
If Zach Randolph and Gasol show up, they could win it. But, they apparently didn't show up last night. But I mean, playing in Memphis is a way different story. So I mean,
Marc Gasol had 16.
I want the Thunder to lose, but I don't think they will.
Okay, so
I Thunder in 6.
Thunder in 6. Clippers at Warriors.
Clippers and Warriors. I want the Clippers to win, but I mean,
Warriors are coming up though. They had a nice push at the end of the season too.
lucky
All true.
they got that cheap win against the
yes.
Mavs. That's the game. They could have put the Mavs against the Thunder
Yeah.
instead of the Mavs against the damn Spurs.
I'm taking Clip.
I'm taking the Clip too. I want the Clip to win. I hope in 6 games.
And I hope the Clip can move on in the series. It's going to be interesting once they do have to face an OKC or OKC has to face them. Hopefully they'll give them a run for their money.
Blake Griffin, he's my favorite player to watch.
I love Blake Griffin.
If I was going to be
that is our Sports Crush Sunday this week.
But you've already used him before.
Well, who
used him
cares?
like 3 weeks
I
ago.
love Blake Griffin. You are my sports crush this weekend.
If I was going to play in the NBA, that's how I'd want to play.
He just I
Except
love it.
I'd foul more.
Right. Oh my God, he got suspended the last game of the season.
16 takes.
Yeah.
It's not his fault. Everybody be punching
Going at
him and throwing his ass to the ground, and he, just for retaliating, he's the one that gets teed up.
So you're
every
taking
time.
Clip in 7?
I'll take Clip in 6 too.
6? Okay, Houston and Portland.
Houston and Portland. I'll take Houston in 5.
Houston's good.
Portland, they started off the season hot, but then they just, I mean, they played pretty good they played good. I mean, they got the 5th seed, but they're not the team that was, at one point they were top 2 seed in the West, and then the Spurs and Thunder just, overtook them, and then the Rockets and Clips just blew past them. So, I'll take the Rocket in 5.
Rockets in 5. Okay, we're moving to the East. You said you don't watch a lot of Eastern basketball, but I like the East too. India and Atlanta.
India and Atlanta, with the way Indiana lost yesterday,
And the way their
they
season
were down
ended.
by 20 points at one point.
That's a hard
I'd
one.
still take Indiana, but
Let's go
with the
7.
might as well go all 7 games because
Atlanta plays.
they should be able to steal one in Atlanta. But what was it last week? The Hawks had the Pacers up. They were down by 35 points.
Yeah.
So I still take the Pacers. If they can get it going, they should still be able to win it.
Miami and Charlotte.
Well, that game.
I'm proud of the Charlotte Bobcats.
They
I'm
made
going to
the
put it
playoffs.
this way.
It's the first time in Michael Jordan's era as Bobcats president.
Very
they
proud.
Made the playoffs.
Yes.
But I'll take the Heat. But that
I
game
give
that LeBron had 61 points, 62 points, they only won by 3. So
I give it to him in 5. 7. Yeah, 5.
I'll take clean sweep.
You say sweet?
Yeah.
John says sweet. Toronto and Brooklyn.
Toronto and Brooklyn. That's a pretty good matchup because it's a bunch of young players, a bunch of older
Lots
guys.
of young players.
That's all Toronto has.
Yeah.
I don't know any of them. The only person I knew for the Raptors was Quincy, and he don't even play for them no more.
He's with
Sacramento now.
Yeah, he's not. Yeah, he's not enjoying the playoffs this year.
No.
But Toronto has a very young team, and Brooklyn is a bunch of vets.
It's all vets.
Yeah.
I don't know anybody from Toronto, but
everybody
from Nets. So I'd take Brooklyn in 5.
Okay, Brooklyn in 5. Okay, and last but not least, this is my team for the NBA Finals, just because I
Chicago?
always like them. The Chicago Bulls at Washington.
I never picked that one.
And it's always bad for me to choose a team.
Yeah.
So if I'm choosing Chicago, everybody put your money on a different team. Yes, because I just seem to be bad luck all around.
It's Washington's. They've been doing their thing this year.
They really have.
What they get the 4 seed?
Yes.
Did they got the home court advantage?
No. Chicago, and then it's them.
Okay, so if Washington can pull out a win or 2 in Chicago, they can win it. So that's a toss-up series. I take the Bulls in 7 though.
Bulls in 7.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, today is also another holiday. Many people don't know it. It's not nationally recognized, but we all I'm not going to say we all celebrate.
It's world recognized. world
They are
renowned.
going down. People are in Austin for Marley Fest. They are in Colorado for the Cannabis Cup. Today is 420, National Marijuana Day. So it did happen to fall
I sound
on
like a nerd when I say marijuana.
marijuana.
National Pot Day, as my mom would say.
Pot Day. Weed. Cannabis.
Green.
Ganja. It is that day.
herb.
It would just so happen fall on Easter, but you know, it is that day. But with this day, we also have some information coming from the NCAA that they will not punish student athletes as harsh for weed if they test positive, because it's not being considered a performance enhancer.
Yeah.
And
that's completely understandable.
it's going from a year suspension, a season suspension, down to a half season, and they're saying they're doing that so schools can provide student athletes with necessary rehabilitation.
I mean, if anything, it hinders your game. I mean, it doesn't help anything. If anything, it slows down, or at least slows down your mental. Yeah, you may think a lot, but you're a lot slower.
Now
doing it.
the thing is, this is when the NCAA only tests, and they usually only test before huge events like bowl games and the NCAA tournament. And that's usually at the end of the season, so it wouldn't affect them until next season. So I don't think this will. It doesn't tie into what a team.
If a team, we got drug tested in the fall. We got drug tested even before we.
Well, don't you
started
think
playing.
LSU and Texas and all them test their kids
you would think
throughout
they
the season?
Random drug tests for any athlete or any sport athlete any time of year.
Right. But they say they.
I mean, as long as school is in session, you would think any athlete would be subjected to drug testing.
And it's funny. This is also coming at the week where they have given
unlimited meals to college athletes.
Yes.
Which I think is so stupid.
Its previous was 3 meals a day, but or food stipend. Well, I mean, I guess they're growing men.
3 more.
This is
they eat more in those 3 meals. Damn.
This is being called the Shabazz rule.
Yeah, because he was starving in his dorm room at night.
Yeah, well, it is what it. Maybe
yeah,
I mean a growing athlete that's ready.
And he's small. I mean, I don't hear the 350-pound lineman complaining that they don't eat enough, and his little tiny ass over there is, oh, I'm starving. Well, then eat more.
Yeah.
Stop complaining and eat.
He went to bed hungry.
You get buffets.
But I think
I'm sure they get the best buffets.
So they're going to be able. Well, they're getting snacks now. They can get food. Everything, and it's going to go year round. So even when they're in summer school, even though they did get meals, the only thing is it does not qualify if they are not doing summer school. So if you're practicing,
they're required to do something. Like Ken's been in summer school ever since he started.
True.
So, I mean,
since before his freshman year in college, he's been doing summer school.
Like, I don't know how the college basketball works, but I'm pretty sure it works the same way. You're working out through the whole season, because I mean they start in October?
Yeah.
They start in October, November-ish.
So, but yeah, I thought that was kind of interesting with the way to tie in 420 into our show.
That actually
today.
works out perfect.
It did. I thought I was very happy
you
when I
made that connection.
I did last night. I was really proud of myself.
Hopefully you weren't in that state.
No, I wasn't.
Oh, okay, just checking.
No, I wasn't.
Moving
up to another green team, go up to New York to the Jets. Chris Johnson, Tennessee Titan, golden shoes. CJ2K finally has found a team with the New York Jets. He was on the market for a little longer than I expected. He's older.
Well, it's because nobody wants running backs anymore because they just stock up on them in the draft. What's the point? Yeah. They pay his deal's worth 2 years. There's 2 years, $8 million. So I mean, 4 years, $4 million a year, with a $1 million incentive extra. So I mean, 2 years at $9 million. They can get running back straight out of college with fresher legs. I mean, if they just want someone that's fast, they can get somebody for $500,000.
Who plays in the Jets division? I can't think of it right now.
Patriots, Dolphins, Bills.
I think they'll give the Patriots a run for their money this year, and I'm hoping they do.
Dolphins, I mean, they gave them a run for their money last year. Bills are the Bills.
I don't know what it is I like about the stinking Jets, but I do. I don't know if it's Rex Ryan, ever since seeing him and That's My Boy, where he plays the... He's like,
Don't touch Bill.
Bill.
Don't deface
He's
Tom.
got just enough scrub. If you haven't seen it, Rex Ryan is in this movie, an Adam Sandler movie. That's my boy. He plays like a
He's a bail
bondsman.
His lawyer.
Something like that. And he's
funny.
too freaking funny, and he idolizes Bill Belichick and the New England Patriots, which I hope he's learned a lot from. I guess he's learned a lot from. But I enjoy Rex Ryan. He's a big boy, you know. But the Jets have gotten Chris Johnson now. They have Michael Vick. They have Eric Decker. They've signed
No, they try to make their offense better. I mean, their defense is always solid. I mean, that's the only reason why they were 8-8 last year, because they sucked on offense. Geno Smith.
He started out good. He started out so good. Well, I mean, he ended up losing. No, I think the Jets were like 3-0 or 4-0.
Oh,
they started out real good.
Well, that doesn't mean he said it.
Well, he beat us on Monday Night Football.
Oh yeah, that was his one good game.
That was his great game. Oh, that just proves how crappy our defense was last year. Hopefully, we'll turn it around.
Was that the game that Julio got hurt, or was that the That was the Patriots
game. Yeah, we played the Patriots. We played the Jets. There
was like a bunch of Monday and Sunday night games, and then
we finally got them.
Then not on TV though.
We finally got them. We never get good games like Mondays and Sundays. We always get Sundays at noon.
That means that they were expecting a lot.
Well, guess what? We don't want y'all to expect nothing from us this season.
Yeah.
This season,
expect nothing and get a little something.
This season, redemption.
We'll get 6 wins, baby.
Redemption 2014 Atlanta Falcons, we're coming for them.
Redemption 2014 Broncos Super Bowl champs. Calling it now. $5 bet.
$5 bet.
I put $5 on it.
I take that $5 and I say Atlanta goes against y'all.
Oh, okay.
We're still early and we're waiting for football.
We're 10 months away.
2 weeks. 2 weeks.
2 weeks till the draft.
2 weeks till the draft, though. Woo!
About time.
And we told y'all last week we were going to take the Wonderlicks. You know, the test that college football players take before entering the draft. It's a 12-minute test with 50 questions, and it's all like problem solving, think on your feet, quick things.
Quick thinking.
So we took it. We took it last week at Chili's after the show.
With noises going around, waiters dropping off food. It was.
You know, I'm trying to take a little snack while
I was eating some chips.
Well, I'm trying to take.
Yeah, they don't have to deal with the pressures that we had last year.
we took it, and there are certain things that are like in your face easy, like okay, Bob knows Sally, Sally knows Bob. You know, it's kind of easy stuff. But then some of them, I'm like, I don't even want to try this.
Just guess. Educated guess. That's all a lot of things are, educated guesses.
Well, it was like, if the box is 4 feet tall, it's 3 feet in depth, and you got 65 pennies, what's the cubic square feet of it? I'm like,
how many dogs are on the roof? Yeah, right. That's the kind of thing.
That's the kind of thing. But anyways, John
boom,
scored a 32, which is the same as Johnny Manziel did, which is considered a very, very good score. Phillip Rivers also had the same score. It kind of tests your problem solving, quick thinking. As we said, it's good for quarterbacks.
I should put that on my application. I scored for the for the police department. I scored a 32 on the Wonderlic test.
I can make quick decisions. I'm like a Johnny Manziel or a Phillip Rivers, and then they'll look at Phillip Rivers and be like, "Have you seen his playoff wins, sir?"
Yeah, but he's still a beast in the regular season.
Right, one of those regular seasons.
Now, what's your score?
I had a 21. Don't laugh at me. I'm the same as Cam Newton. Cam Newton's not too bad.
She's better than Vince Young.
Cam Newton. We can cheer for Cam Newton.
Cam Newton.
If you haven't seen the video,
I hate the Panthers!
YouTube the video of the dad telling his son that they no longer have
Steve Smith.
And the son's like, oh no, but the little girl's like, well, we can cheer for Cam Newton. I love Cam Newton.
I hate the Panthers. I hate Luke Kuechly.
Luke Kuechly. I love Luke Kuechly. It's the funniest thing. YouTube it. That's how I would feel if we cut Julio or Matt Ryan or something, which is not going to happen. The dream team is coming for you, as I said, Redemption 2014. Next week, we'll talk more NBA playoffs. We'll talk baseball. We didn't really get to touch on it because we had so much other things going on.
2 weeks, all draft, all day.
All draft, all day.
We might go 2 hours. No, just plan on do 30 minutes.
But no, we'll talk 30 minutes. We'll give you our top 10 picks and everything like that. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in on this Easter Sunday. I hope y'all been
Have a
blessed
great day.
and take care. Thank you for tuning in to Kiss Sports here on DeepElmRadio.com. I'm Brandy Uretta.
And I'm John.
Y'all be well, guys.
I think that was our best show we've ever